Welcome to StarScene Central. Exciting updates about Ben Affleck coming up. Don't miss out. Like and subscribe for more celebrity news. There's no doubt that Ben Affleck is one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. From his breakout moment in Good Will Hunting to his more recent success as a director and producer, Affleck has had a career filled with high highs and a few truly painful lows. But perhaps nothing was as career-threatening as the 2003 film Gigli, a movie so infamously bad that it didn't just tank at the box office. It ended the career of its director and nearly derailed Affleck's stardom for good. Let's rewind to the early 2000s. Ben Affleck was a rising star with hits under his belt, and he was considered one of Hollywood's golden boys. He had the looks, the charisma, and the box office appeal. But even the biggest stars can stumble, and Gigli wasn't just a stumble, it was a faceplant in slow motion. The film, which paired Affleck with pop icon Jennifer Lopez in an awkward mashup of romantic comedy and mobster drama, was meant to be a major studio win. Instead, it turned into a textbook case of what not to do when making a movie. The plot of Gigli was baffling from the start. With its tone jumping between rom-com fluff and gritty underworld drama, the movie felt like it had no idea what it wanted to be. The dialogue was cringeworthy, the pacing painfully slow, and the performances, though filled with big names like Al Pacino and Christopher Walken, were totally off the mark. The script was so bizarre it felt like it had been written by someone who had only ever heard of humans secondhand. And despite a massive budget of $75 million, the production looked shockingly cheap, with bland sets and no real cinematic flair. It's not just the weird storytelling or failed jokes that made Gigli so hated. The film was also heavily criticized for its offensive and tone-deaf take on various social issues. It tried to craft a redemption arc for characters while simultaneously making fun of marginalized communities, something audiences and critics called out instantly. Even by early 2000 standards, it was out of touch. And what makes it even more shocking is that the director behind this mess, Martin Brest, was no amateur. He had previously delivered hits like Scent of a Woman, Meet Joe Black, and Beverly Hills Cop. But after Gigli, Brest's career never recovered. He disappeared from the spotlight, and to this day, Gigli remains his last credited film. For Ben Affleck, the damage was almost equally devastating. While shooting Gigli, Affleck had started dating his co-star Jennifer Lopez, a relationship that dominated tabloids and pop culture at the time. The film was marketed around their real-life romance, which only heightened the scrutiny when the movie bombed. That same year, Affleck also starred in Daredevil, another film that didn't exactly win over critics. Suddenly, the actor who had once been Hollywood's most promising leading man was becoming a punchline. But here's where the story takes a turn. Unlike many actors who fade away after such a public flop, Affleck learned from the failure. He stepped back, reassessed his career choices, and began a transformation that would eventually reestablish him not only as an actor but also as a talented director. In 2007, he released his directorial debut Gone Baby Gone, which was met with widespread praise. It marked the beginning of a comeback that few in Hollywood saw coming. Films like The Town, Argo, which won Best Picture at the Oscars, and more recently, Air and The Way Back proved that Affleck wasn't just a pretty face. He was a serious artist with something to say. So, while Gigli might go down as one of the worst films ever made, it also served a strange, unexpected purpose. It was the wake-up call that forced Ben Affleck to evolve. Today, he's respected for his work behind the camera, his resilience in the face of failure, and his honesty about his struggles, both personal and professional. And for that reason, Gigli is more than just a cinematic disaster. It's a turning point in a career that ultimately found its way back to greatness. If there's one lesson in this saga, it's that even the worst moments can plant the seeds for a powerful comeback. Gigli may have destroyed a director's career, but for Ben Affleck, it was the painful but necessary stepping stone to something greater. Thanks for watching.